You open your eyes. The year is 79 AD, August 24th, not morning dead noon. And that sound coming from outside, what is that? Pompeii, population 11,000, one of the most vibrant, wealthiest, most beautiful cities on the Mediterranean. And here you are dropped into this place with nothing but your modern knowledge. Your phone has no signal. The money in your pocket, whatever currency it is worth less than toilet paper here. And the crowd outside has no idea what's coming. You look north. Mount Vesuvius stands there. Same as always. Massive, silent, innocent. But you know exactly what that mountain has been building up inside. So does that knowledge save you? With your modern intelligence, your modern instincts, can you make it out of this nightmare alive? Or will you become part of history's most famous disaster scene before the first 24 hours are up? You're standing at the center of one of history's most merciless catastrophes. And if you want to keep watching, welcome to the Dark Archive. Subscribe right now and turn on notifications so you never miss our survival guides through history's darkest moments. Because what you're about to experience is far more brutal than anything written in the history books. The first thing that hits you is the smell. For a modern nose, the streets of Pompeii are utterly unbearable. The open sewage system runs right through the middle of the roads, yes, literally down the street. Animal waste everywhere. The ammonia stench from tanneries, grilled meat, fresh and rotting fish all blending together, and you've arrived here with zero tolerance for any of it. Looking for drinking water? Great. The Aqua Augusta, the city's water channel, technically functioning. But you know this water passes through copper pipes with lead joints. Lead poisoning. Chronic, insidious, slow. Most of the people in Pompeii don't even know it's happening. You know to boil the water. But with what? You have no money, no connections, no one. Then another truth hits you square in the face. Your immune system. The modern immune system is protected by a shield shaped by vaccines and antibiotics. But that shield is useless here. The street bacteria of 79 AD, E. coli, salmonella, Helicobacter pylori exist in strains your immune system has never encountered. Within the first 3 days, dysentery, typhoid, or a simple waterborne infection could bring you to your knees. Clothing. You're wearing ancient Roman garments, sandals, a tunic, under the sun, in August. No sunscreen, no hat, and you're already approaching the edge of dehydration, before the eruption has even begun. Social status? You're a stranger. You don't speak Latin or at best a few words. People are looking at you with suspicion. No money, no family, no references. Being a foreigner in Rome is already a survival challenge all on its own. You started this morning. It's now afternoon. Nothing eaten, no clean water consumed. Your mind is exhausted, your body is under stress. And Vesuvius is still out there, waiting. Silently. 1 p.m. Vesuvius erupts. And do you know what everyone in the city is doing right now? Looking out the window, saying what a beautiful column of smoke, running to the temple, praying to appease the gods. But you know, this isn't just an eruption, this is a Plinian eruption. A thermonuclear nightmare where hundreds of cubic meters of rock, ash, and gas are blasted into the atmosphere every second. And that column will reach 33 kilometers into the sky. What hits the city in the first hour? A rain of pumice stone. Small, light, relatively harmless, but it falls like rain. Rooftops begin to collapse under the accumulation. Shops close, people flee indoors. And now, you feel the panic, because you need to get out of the city. Now, no delays. Every minute is lethal. You run toward the southern gate, Porta Marina, toward the sea. But thousands of people have the same idea. The narrow streets are jammed. Your sandals slip on the pumice. Someone shoves you. Someone falls. But the real death begins here, the pyroclastic flow. You know this. When you hear those words, something inside you freezes. A pyroclastic flow is a mixture of ash, gas, and rock, traveling at 700 degrees Celsius and 700 kilometers per hour. You cannot outrun it. You cannot outrun it in a car. This flow struck Pompeii multiple times, and each time in a single breath, It turned everything living to ash. What is the city's wise man doing in the meantime? Some have hidden in caves, some are waiting with their valuables, some are praying. None of them are running, not yet. What is the Roman doctor doing? Bloodletting. Following the rules of humoral medicine, we're expelling the imbalanced fluids from the body. For someone collapsing from smoke inhalation. Bloodletting. The roads are closing, one by one. You can't go north, the mountain itself is there. East, roads buried under ash. West, the harbor. But the waves are pushing the boats back. And you, with your modern mind, are searching for a way out. But history has already decided. The vast majority of those who stayed in the city did not survive. Let me tell you exactly what to do. If you want to stay alive at the moment of eruption, here is precisely what you need to do. 1. Move at 1 p.m. The moment you see the eruption, don't wait a single minute. Every minute, the ash layer thickens by several centimeters. Rooftops start collapsing from 5 p.m. onward. 2. Run south. Porta Marina, the sea gate. It's opposite the city's wind direction. The ash and pumice are coming from the northeast. South means relatively cleaner air. 3. WET cloth. When the coughing starts, it will press a wet cloth or piece of clothing over your mouth and nose. Inhaling ash particles directly into your lungs works like a slow paralysis. 4. Reach the harbor and find a boat. Yes, the waves are rough. Yes, the boats are rocking. But being at sea is far safer than being in the city. The pyroclastic flow reaches the shoreline, but it cannot catch you on open water. 5. Do not enter caves. Your instinct is to feel exposed and seek shelter behind stone walls. That is a fatal mistake. The caves will fill with ash and toxic gas. You will suffocate inside. Realistic estimate? If you move within the first half hour, you have a chance of reaching the sea. If you're lucky, within 6 to 8 hours, you could be beyond Herculaneum outside the blast radius. If you're unlucky, 3 hours under pumice rain, then the pyroclastic flow, and you join those 2,000 skeletons, each one the remains of someone who lived through the moment they waited too long. Now I have a question for you, and be honest, this matters. With all of these impossibilities stacked against you, no water, no money, no language, no immunity, how many hours could you have survived back then? What would your plan have been? Tell me in the comments. Would you have run? Where would you have hidden? Or would you have just frozen? In our next archive entry, a survival story awaits you from what may be humanity's greatest biological massacre. The 14th century, Europe, and a black shadow is about to swallow an entire continent.